I'm a small town guy. He's from Saginaw.
But this small town guy and the city of Saginaw are about to get national exposure. Tom Smallwood has made a name for himself on the professional bowling circuit. But the story of his achievement inspired a new sitcom that's only weeks away from airing the first episode.
He tells TV5's Trevor Sahaki he'll be part of the series behind the scenes because he's a guy who knows how to stay in his lane.
It's the middle of the 2022 PBA Tour, and Tom Smallwood is still putting plenty of RPMs on his rolls.
Saginaw's been good to me. Everywhere I've went to bowl and practice, and they do what they can for me. It's I'm pretty fortunate to have some good people around here to take care of me.
Ever since he was a kid, the Flushing native had always been good at picking up his spares.
It was just complete fluke luck, but it's just, it hooked me.
But in 2008, Smallwood needed a steady job to support his family, so he packed up the bowling balls and went to work at the GM Pontiac East Assembly plant, only to get laid off less than 9 months later. So he returned to the sport, and a year after he was laid off, he found himself at the PBA World Championship.
It's like cliche, but it's like one shot at a time. You're like, someone's going to win the game. Well, why can't it be me?
Needs 7 pins for the win. Dreams do come true.
And now his kids, 14-year-old Hannah and 10-year-old Brady, are old enough to understand his story.
I wish I was born in 2000 so I could actually see my dad do all that and sit in the stands when he does it. But it's pretty awesome that my dad has won that, and I couldn't have a better dad.
After more than a decade in the league, Smallwood is going from the bowling alley to the small screen. His story is getting the Hollywood treatment.
The possibility of telling not only Tom's story, but telling, the story about my city, the place that I grew up, which I love and have great memories and very fond of.
Brian Darcy James is executive producer of How We Roll, a half-hour sitcom inspired by Smallwood's life, premiering next month on CBS.
Tom's story is an incredible story, no matter where you set it. But the fact that it was from Saginaw really, really resonated with me.
James is a Saginaw native himself, and this is his first executive producer credit. Smallwood consults for the show.
Anything that we concoct story-wise, we want to make sure that we are getting the at least the nuts and the bolts of his approach in terms of how it in the context of a professional bowling situation.
The 11-episode season stars Pete Holmes as Smallwood and Katie Lowe's as his wife Jen.
You really hope that the people that are playing opposite each other are going to have a real genuine connection and what they call chemistry, and they have that. They have a ton of that.
I'm interested to see it. It should be good. Talk to the writers a lot. They're trying to do the best they can for bowling, make it look respectful as possible.
Since he'll be in a tournament at the time of the premiere, his family is flying out to watch it with him.
I'm pretty excited for it. I'm also excited that I'm going to Vegas to watch it and watch my dad bowl. But I never really expected it until my dad actually told me that it was going to happen.
Beyond the TV show, the senior Smallwood is keeping his eye down the lane.
I'm hoping to have a couple more years in me at least. I'd love to bowl until I'm 46, 47. But I'm also not going to stay out there and hemorrhage money just to follow my dreams.
Until then, he'll keep lining up his pins.
Oh, that's absolutely perfect.
And knocking them down. Trevor Sahaki, WNEM TV5.
How We Roll premieres on CBS on March 31st at 9:30 p.m. It'll also be available to stream live and on demand on the CBS app and Paramount Plus.